You see the little shit going. That's a video. What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua. Anthony Joshua has been on a journey. He's been on a journey for the last 2 to 3 years. He's been, well, probably from the last 4, but he's been collecting belts left and right. He took the IBF belt. He took the WBA belt. He took the WBO belt. And the WBC belt was owned or was held by Deontay Wilder, which that belt was just snatched off of himself, of his person, by the hands of Tyson Fury, the former unified heavyweight champion of the world that had all the belts that Anthony Joshua has to this day. Now, what's been going on with Anthony Joshua? He has a mandatory with Pulev, right? He has that. He has Andy Ruiz calling him out. He has Dillian White wanting him again. He has the potential fight with Tyson Fury that he's trying to get off the ground. And who else? There's someone else. Frank Sanchez is after him. Alexander Usyk is after him, which is he's pretty much a mandatory, you know. That's given how his performance is against Chisora. I get that, but you know, you have a lot of guys gunning for him. Then you have Anthony Joshua putting together his hit list of the guys that he wants to fight. You know, thoughts or attempted negotiations with Deontay Wilder to make him step aside. Him and Kubrat Pulev, which is not going to happen. But wanting fights with Tyson Fury and Dillian White rematch, and Ruiz is calling him out. That couldn't be a lot of distractions. And this is what this video is about, okay? The dangers of misdirection. See, a lot of people look at this as Anthony Joshua being ambitious. Yes, he's ambitious. He's always been ambitious. I think that's why he grew in popularity and with success so rapidly, because he did things so rapidly. Okay, he did things faster than the normal average heavyweight or top tier fighter, heavyweight fighter does to this day and this time. See, Deontay Wilder, it took him years to get to where Anthony Joshua did in a couple years. Tyson Fury, same thing. So compared to a regular progressive heavyweight, he did things very, very, very fast. And I think at this point, fair credit to him. You know, I think when he's focused on something, he can do pretty much what he sets his mind to. He proved that he was mentally fit to go in there and overcome his first loss. That was a great accomplishment. That showed a lot about that fighter. A lot about him as a person, the way he took it, the way he prepared, the way he adapted, and he changed his style, and he was able to beat Andy Ruiz, the person that beat him for the first time in his career. Okay? Facts. But one of the defining factors of Andy Ruiz versus Anthony Joshua, was the fact that Anthony Joshua didn't know much about his opponent, and he knew too much about somebody that he wasn't going to fight. Okay? The dangers of misdirection is taking your eye off the ball. If the ball is here, you don't want to be over here. Okay? And over here could be Tyson Fury, it could be Dillian White rematch, it could be focused on Deontay Wilder stepping aside, and that could be that possible fight. Those could be that. But what's in front of you? Kubrat Pulev. We know Bob Arum said, "We're not stepping aside any money. That's stupid. Who's gonna put it up?" Right? I'm not gonna put up any fucking money. Right? So that's not gonna happen. Anthony Joshua sometime earlier today said it wasn't gonna happen. So that's what we have. Okay? So I don't like all these different types of ideas. You know, ideas create thoughts. It takes energy to think about these thoughts. You know, energy, I think, worried about something that's not in front of you can cause you to misdirect your energy. Okay, your focus, everything gets derailed to a certain degree. You can't 100% focus on Kubrat Pulev when you're thinking about step aside money from Deontay Wilder and Kubrat Pulev. If that happened, that would be the case, but that's not going to happen. Now let's say Kubrat does it. Deontay Wilder sure the hell ain't going to do it. He's surely not. Right? So we can give that up. You know, and I know what it's like. If you're a unified champion, everybody wants a piece of you. There's so many different opportunities for you as a fighter. You know, but one thing, as a belt holder, as a title holder, as a heavyweight champion, a unified heavyweight champion, you have mandatories if you do it right. He needs to be focused on his mandatories, only his mandatories. I like the publicity, I like the talk, I like the ambition, but at the end of the day, he's not fighting Tyson Fury. And I think if he learned anything, this is something he should learn. Don't focus on anybody. And how do you help yourself from doing that? You shut down the comments, the press. You pull a Floyd Money Mayweather. What did Floyd do best? If he didn't want to talk about a particular fight and he wanted to focus and discuss the fight that he's doing, what would he tell you? We're not going to talk about that right now. My focus is Victor Ortiz, or my focus is Ricky Hatton. My focus is Juan Manuel Marquez. He wanted to fight. Right? When you start saying MP or, Miguel Cotto, you don't want to hear that. Right? Anybody else besides who he's fighting, he doesn't want to talk about that because that's not relevant. I think Anthony Joshua can employ the same type of mentality because it's time to really, grab the bull by his horns and do what you need to do as a fighter, as a person. Because Kubrat Pulev is a person that could very well, you could be looking at everything else around you. And on top of other stuff that's already there and is not going to go anywhere. I'm talking about endorsements, promotions. That stuff takes a lot of work out of you. It takes a lot of time, a lot of energy to do that, right? In different ways, but it still takes energy from you, So then you have boxing to put up with, right? That's your bread and butter. But then people are asking you about the potential fights that you want on down the line that you don't even know will materialize. He doesn't know that. We don't know for 100% certain that Fury's going to win, right? We just expect based on what we've seen the last two fights, yeah. But for Anthony Joshua to worry about those type of fights, I think he should just shut down all those. Like, look. If it happens, it happens. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to waste time on it. I'm going to focus on Kubrat Pulev, getting him out of there. Because Kubrat Pulev is a guy, again, another guy, one loss. You know what I mean? He lost to a champion, just like Andy Ruiz. He lost to Joseph Parker. And what is people doing to Kubrat Pulev? Overlooking him. Okay? Right? Dillian White's talking shit about him. People are not really respecting him. Right? The only person that's talking in his favor is Bob Arum. He's gonna stop Joshua. Right? Joshua, I employ him to be ready. Because it's nothing like being focused on something else, knowing damn well you should be focused on what's in front of you. That's exactly what happened with Andy Ruiz. And if he keeps that shit up, that overambitiousness, that overzealous spirit he has to succeed and be successful and take on all comers, understand it's a process. It's a law of order, okay? These guys are behind each other. If they happen, they happen. But at the end of the day, if they're not in front of you, you can't worry about who's behind the line or who else is in line. Worry about who's in front of you. Because who's in front of you is intending to knock your head off. Okay? Those are the things that I feel that's dangerous for for Anthony Joshua, right? Because he could very well get caught up in that same focus misdirection or misdirection that he did last year. Dealing with a person, he's looking at everyone else. Deontay, come fight, sit down. I'll fight Tyson Fury. You know what I mean? I wanted Jarrell Miller, right? But then here comes Andy Ruiz. You know what I mean? No one thought that. No one. Why? Because no one was paying attention to the person that could be the threat at the time. And that's what Anthony Joshua should be focused on. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Anthony Joshua. Could this be a danger? Could Kubrat Pulev be that person to upset him? You think he is he focused on his next opponent? Leave me your comments. Please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.